Howdy, this is Ranger, and you're watching Ranger Road Trip Part 7. Today I'm here at Hershey Park. This is a park that gets quite a bit of coverage, so today we'll go over most of the major rides as well as a full walkthrough of the water park. I recommend starting your day here at Hershey's Chocolate World. This opens an hour before the park opens most days. There's a free ride that gives you a free chocolate at the end of it. There's also some other attractions in the big gift shop, so definitely worth checking out before the park opens. This is Left Track, an indoor spinning wild mouse coaster. So we just got off Laugh Track. It's similar to the Dark Knight roller coasters that you see at the Six Flags parks. I wouldn't say that this is quite as good, but it's still an enjoyable ride. Michael, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. A lot of kind of trippy visuals, fluorescent, black lights and stuff like that. But it was cool.
All right, great. This is Fahrenheit, an Intamin roller coaster. Several inversions, several unique elements. It's really smooth. Not ultra powerful, but definitely a fun ride. Definitely worth a stop on the trip. Very compact ride. Here we have the Reese's Extreme Cup Challenge. This is a shooter ride. This is one of the best ones. They have very elaborate sets, and the scoring is very competitive, both the people in your car and outside of it. This is definitely one of the best shooter rides around. This is Wildcat, an intermediate-sized GCI. This is one of the older ones, so it's a little bit more bumpy than the newer ones. It's definitely got more of a rattle to it than Lightning Racer, but also it's more powerful. So there's a trade-off there. Eating lunch at Chicky and Pete's, it is the Philly cheesesteak with the crab fries and the ugliest souvenir cup I've ever seen in my entire life. But I like the food, it's good. What do you think, Michael?
I think it's a pretty decent sandwich. The fries have been on the racker a little bit.
All right, Lewis. What do you think? It's good? All right. We're over here by Lightning Racer. Michael, what do you think of Lightning Racer?
I think it's a pretty sweet wooden coaster. It's really smooth and unique in the fact that you are racing another train at the same time.
Yeah, definitely a unique thing of this ride. This is a small, it's actually a medium-sized GCI wood coaster. I wouldn't say it's as good as a Gold Striker, Prowler, Renegade, but definitely in the middle tier, a smooth ride, definitely a good ride.
Worth a rerun.
I'm on the Sky Ride here. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm with several of my non-coaster enthusiast friends. I have Michael here. Wave to the camera, Michael.
What's up?
And then we have these three and their little bromance car in front of us. For some reason, all three of them wanted to pile into this one. So we're going to go ahead and review some of the roller coasters here. We've got Great Bear, the B&M inverted roller coaster. I'm definitely a fan of this ride. And the best thing about this ride, it has a very high elevation change. It's on top of a hill. You've got to walk all the way to the top of this hill, and then it comes all the way to the bottom with this Immelman down here. This is just a fantastic element. It's a good long ride, and then you can see on the other side here, it turns right by the super duper looper. So definitely a fan of the Great Bear. Michael, do you have any thoughts on the Great Bear?
Just a smooth inverted coaster. Couple outer helixes or whatever you call them.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Beautiful, right on. All right, so next we'll talk about Super Duper Looper. This is an older steel coaster, but I thought it was really smooth. I enjoyed the ride. Not super long, but it was all right. Everything on that one, Michael?
It's awesome at the beginning, but then it just tapers off, and it's an enjoyable ride, but not very memorable in my opinion.
Right, true. Okay, next we have Sky Rush. Sky Rush is my second favorite roller coaster. This is the most intense roller coaster on the planet. I honestly believe that Sky Rush is scarier than skydiving, and I have been skydiving. Now, it is smooth, but it definitely has a rumble to it. It's not B&M smooth, but it doesn't detract from the ride experience. If anything, it makes it more intense. It's a 75 mile per hour ride, and the G-forces on this are just unmatched. It takes 2 Gs to keep you in your seat, so you go absolutely flying out of your seat. on all of the turns, and it is just incredible. Michael, what's your thoughts on Skyrush?
I would say the best and worst part about Skyrush is the seats, because you get this open feeling, you know, and it restrains your thighs basically, and that makes you feel like you can fly out at every turn, but at the same time it clamps down where you're like in pain at the end. But definitely an amazing ride. Highly recommend it.
Next on our tour is Comet. This is the wooden coaster that runs right alongside Skyrush. This is a double out and back roller coaster. Not a terribly exciting ride. Michael, your thoughts on Comet?
Yeah, no real thoughts. I wouldn't. If I'm gonna go a wooden coaster, I want a big wooden coaster. That one's just kind of like a fun ride, you know.
Right on. You can see the.
That's awesome. This part, whatever you call that, is so awesome.
There's we have the whatever you call that right here, which is so awesome. I definitely agree with that statement. Finally, we have Storm Runner over here. This is a launched Intamin roller coaster. It's a short ride, but it's extremely intense. There's good power, and this spin element, this heartline roll over here, is just incredible. I really and definitely a fan of Storm Runner. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite rides at Hershey Park. I don't know which is my favorite, but really
Skyrush.
Yeah, Skyrush is probably my favorite.
I help you out with
really
that.
Intense from the launch, and then the drop. It goes into several different elements right after that. Short, but it's good. Good, awesome ride.
All right, thank you for your input, Michael.
Thank you, and I hope I can be promoted to a mid-range roller coaster enthusiast.
That is not likely.
Got to go to a few more after this, but I appreciate your interviewing of me.
This is the Boardwalk water park at Hershey. There's not a whole lot of things to do here, but what they have is pretty good. Let's see what they've got. Here we have Tidal Force. It is a large plunge ride, and the Lazy River. Here we have the Shore Wave Pool. This is the main water slide complex at the Boardwalk. We've got this bowl slide here you'll go around several times. We've got some other pretty modern tube slides here. And then we've got the two-person tornado slide. Here we have East Coast Waterworks. This is a large-scale water playground. We have this giant purple slide over here. This is a pretty good body slide for a complex, but unfortunately there aren't any other body slides outside of this complex here at Hershey. Here we have Wave Rider. It is the single flow rider split into two sections. This is a good place to learn how to surf because they give you time instead of whether or not you fall off. So if you fall off once or twice, go ahead and jump back on as long as your clock is still running. It's a good place to learn how to surf as well as how to do tricks. I do recommend coming here early in the morning though, as this line tends to get long later in the day. Closing out the day at Hershey Park on the Hershey Kissing Tower, which I am riding by myself. I definitely had a fantastic day here at Hershey Park. This is one of the best parks in the United States. If you're a coaster fan like I am, you can make a strong case that this is a top 5 U.S. park. They've got Fahrenheit, Storm Runner, Great Bear, Lightning Racer, Comet, Skyrush, of course. There's just several amazing exclusive experiences to this park, and I give this park my highest recommendations. I know I didn't get any jokes in on this one. This is my 7th consecutive day making a video, so I'll try to have some more jokes for you next time in the future. But thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, listen to the Interlude podcast, and I'll see you next time. This is Ranger signing off from Hershey Park.